I hope you're all safe and well. My name's Ryan from Live Active NI. I'm an active recreation officer who works on the Get Out, Get Active programme. We all know how important it is to stay fit and healthy whilst at home. So we're going to show you a wee workout that you can do at home and requires very little equipment. The workout's going to consist of some lower body exercises, some upper body exercises, and a few exercises that will get the heart rate going. We're going to be adapting those exercises so that you can do seated or standing. And this workout can be done by anybody, okay? Specifically for people of a certain age, or people that have health conditions, but anybody can take part. Before we start, all you need is a chair and a couple of cans of food, okay? Just for a wee bit of resistance while we're exercising. Always before you start, try to do a few warm-up exercises before we get going. So we're going to do a couple of short wee warm-up exercises that we'll do actually in our sets as well. So we're going to start off with a bit of a march. So on the spot, we're just gently raising the knees up to wherever's comfortable. As well as lifting the knees, we're swinging the arms to get the upper body going as well. Okay? Now if you're comfortable lifting the knees high, you can, or we can just lift them very softly off the floor. If we're in a seated position, all we're doing, gently lifting those knees and swinging the arms. Or just stick with the arms as well. Okay? So we're going to keep that going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next exercise is a wee punch. We're going to go into a split stance. We're going to have one foot in front of the other, hands up, and we're going to punch out in front. Get those arms going as well. Again, if we're seated, we can just move those arms forward and backwards. So we want to work for about 30 seconds on each of these. Then we'll reach up to the sky, punching up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our next wee exercise is a modified star jump. So we're going to step out with one foot and back in with that foot. As we do that, we're going to raise the hands up and down. Okay, we're going to aim for about 5 on each side. And then we're going to change to the other foot. Up and down, however slow or fast you like. If you want an extra challenge and you're comfortable with it, go with one foot and then the other. Hands up and down. Good. 3, 2, 1. Now if you're seated for that exercise, all we're going to do is to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to step out with one foot and back in with the other, whilst raising the hands. Okay? Same thing. Out and in. And then you can change foot, out and in, or alternate the foot each time. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, it's time to loosen out a wee bit. So we're going to nod up and down just to loosen out the necks. Eyes up to the sky, chin down towards the chest. Up and down, nice and slow and controlled. Then we're looking over the shoulder, left and right. Gently loosen out the neck. Roll those shoulders backwards, big circles if you can. And then forwards. Good. Well done. Okay, we're going to get our feet shoulder width apart. We're going to twist the torso and lift the heel off the floor. Turn nice and gently just to loosen out the spine and the back. Twist and come back. If we're seated for this one, I want you to stay up nice and tall and just turn to wherever's comfortable for you. Okay? Gently turn the chest to wherever's comfortable. We want to do about 5 or 6 of those on each side. Good. Back to our ankles. Okay? Down to our ankles. We're going to roll the ankles one way and then the other, and then change to the other side. Good. Excellent. Well done. Okay, so once you're comfortable and you feel you've warmed up, you can do that a few times if you want. Okay, rotate through those exercises. Once you're comfortable with that, we're ready to get going. So the format for today, guys, we've got 3 sets, and each set consists of 4 exercises. We've got one upper body exercise, one lower body exercise, a cardio exercise, and a wee bit of core work as well. Okay, and remember, all the exercises can be done seated and standing. Now for the exercises today, you need very little equipment. I would ask you have a chair, okay, if you need it. And also we have a couple of cans of food, okay, just add a wee bit of resistance, okay. That's all you really need, alright. If you have some dumbbells, that's probably you use them, but if not, just use our wee cans of food or some bottles of water, okay, and add a wee bit of resistance. When we're doing all the exercises, I'm going to show you how to do them standing and seated, okay. Specifically if we're seated though, I want you to sit sort of in the front half of the chair, the front 2/3 of the chair. I don't want to see you leaning back too much. I want to stay up nice and tall throughout the workout. Okay, so nice, good, strong posture. Okay, I'll show you that from the side. So instead of leaning back on the chair, try and stay up nice and tall. Okay. Now, timings for this are up to you. I'm going to suggest that you do 40 seconds work and then rest for 20 seconds. But you can change that. If you're fitter or you feel you can do a bit more, you can do 50 seconds and 10 seconds. You can even do 1 minute on and move straight to the next exercise. If you're not comfortable with those 40 seconds, take it back down to 30, okay? Add extra breaks in, it's all up to you, okay? We're going to break down the first set. So first set, we've got 4 exercises, okay? Our first exercise is a squat, alright? So, our feet are going to be shoulder width apart, okay? We're up nice and tall. We're going to have our knees soft or slightly bent, okay? And your hands wherever's comfortable. Some people like to have their hands to their hips, across the chest, or just in front, wherever's comfortable for you. What's going to happen, we're going to push the hips back, slightly bend the knees, and then push up through the heels, okay? And it's important to go to whatever depth is comfortable for you. So we're coming down and up, and I'll show you that from this side. So push back with the hips, gently bend the knees, come down and up. And try and stay up nice and tall as well, okay? Again, hands wherever's comfortable for you. If we're in the chair for this one, all I want you to do is to lift the knee up, extend the leg out and come back in. Knee up, extend the leg out and come back in. Good, so that's your first exercise, that's it, okay? So that's your lower body exercise. The next one, all we're going to do is a wee march. This is a wee bit of cardio. So marching for 40 seconds on the spot or however long you're working for, okay? It's important, if you're comfortable, you can get those knees up, but it's important just to go to wherever's comfortable for yourself, okay? Again, in the chair, up nice and tall, gently marching on the spot. Use those arms. If you have limited mobility in the lower body, just get those arms going. Good. So working for about 40 seconds in that one. That's number 2. Our third exercise then is a bit of a resistance exercise that works on the shoulders, okay? And we're going to use our wee weights here, okay? A couple of cans of food. So this is 2 exercises combined in one. So we're going to stand up nice and tall, a good stable base, feet a bit shoulder width apart, knees are soft. We're going to start with a frontal raise. So knuckles are going to face the sky. We're going to come up to about shoulder height and down. Nice and slow and controlled. Okay, up and down. Do 3 of those and then we're going to change. We're going to come lateral raises. Up and down. So knuckles still facing the sky, palms to the floor, come up to shoulder height and back down slowly. And then you're going to alternate. So you're going to do 3 up and then 3 out. Okay, 3 up and 3 out. So predominantly working the shoulders on that one. This can be easily adapted for anybody seated. Okay, it's the same thing. Sit down, nice good strong posture, feet flat on the floor, up tall, arms by the side, and we're going to come up. And then we're going to come out to the side. Okay, up and out. Good, 3 of each. Alright, excellent. Now, the last 3 exercises of this set, we're going to do a seated sit-up. So we're going to work on the core muscles, the tummy muscles predominantly. Now, so this one again, we're sitting in the front half of the chair. Okay, we're up nice and tall, hands wherever's comfortable. Okay, some people again like them across their chest. I'm going to go with my hands across the chest for now, so it will be like that. Okay, I'll show you the side angle first. All we're doing, we're just leaning back gently and slowly until you feel those tummy muscles engaged, and then we're going to come forward again. So we don't have to go too far back, just go to wherever is comfortable. Okay, you'll feel those core muscles engaged, and we're coming up and down, slow and controlled the whole time. Okay, I'll show you the front one. So come back and forward. Good. And again, you're going to be working for hopefully about 40 seconds or so, whatever you're comfortable with. So that's set one, guys. So we've got our squats, we've got our march, we've got our frontal and lateral raises, and then we're going to finish with our seated sit-up. Okay? Now, so we can work for 40 seconds on each of those, take a wee 20-second break between. And then once you get to the end of the set, you have a couple of choices. You can move on to the next set, or you can do that set again if you're comfortable and you're quite active and quite fit. Okay? Set number 2, again we're going to start with the lower body exercise. Okay? So our lower body exercise is a calf raise. And I want you to use the chair for this, just for a bit of balance. So we're going to stand just with our fingertips on the back of the chair. And all we're going to do is lift the heels up. So we're going to come up onto our tiptoes, and we're going to come slowly and down slowly. So that's our calf raise, working the muscles of the bottom of the legs. And so come up and down, nice and slow and controlled. If you're seated, we can use our wee weights. Sit down with a good strong posture. Just set those weights on the top of the thighs, and we're just lifting the heels off the floor, up and down, nice and slow and controlled. About 40 seconds. Good. So that's the first set. So that's the first exercise of the second set. Our next one then, we're going to do a modified start. So this is what we did in the warm-up. Okay? I'll show you standing first of all. So we can come one foot out at a time. As you do that, you bring the hands up to about shoulder height, or if you're comfortable, above the head. Do 4 or 5 on each side, and change over, whatever pace that you want. The steps don't have to be big. You can do a small step, or a wider step. Okay? For more of a challenge, come out and then a wee bit faster, alternate on each foot, if you're comfortable with that. If you're seated then, up nice and tall, like we did in the warm-up, hands to the side, out and in. 1 foot, alternate, or do 4 or 5 on each foot and then change. Hands come up, again, a bit shoulder height, or if you're comfortable, above the head. If you're not comfortable with that, we can bring the hands out and in as well. Open up the chest a wee bit. So that's a bit of a cardio exercise. Our next one, working the chest and the fronts of the shoulders. So it's a wall press. So I'm going to show you from side angle first. So you're going to find a wall. Okay. Place your hands on the wall in line with your shoulders. Okay. Your feet maybe about a couple of feet back from the wall. Alright. And what's going to happen is you're going to bring your chest in towards the wall and then push the hands in to the wall as the body comes out. So coming out and in. Okay? Now, the further your feet are from the wall, the harder this is going to be. So go with whatever's comfortable first and then work your feet in or out depending on what you need. Okay? Try not to have the feet too far from the wall. So that's working the fronts of the shoulders and the chest. If you're seated, we're going back to our cans of food. Up nice and tall. Hands up, elbows up towards the line of the shoulders, and then we're pressing out and in. A seated chest press, okay? Using those weights, out and in. Good. Okay, again, working for about 40 seconds or whatever you're comfortable with. The last wee one then, okay, is our side bends. So working on the side of the torso, okay? You're going to take the cans of food again. Nice stable base, so feet shoulder width apart, up nice and tall, knees are slightly bent. And we're going to bring the hand down towards the knee back up, and then change over. So slowly down, reaching towards the side of the knee, and then back up. And you'll feel that working in your obliques or the side of the torso. And that can be easily adapted for anybody seated. Same thing, leaning down and back up. Reaching down and back up. Good. So that's the fourth exercise of the second set then. Okay, so that's 2 sets down. Again, depending on your fitness level, you can do that again. Okay, you can do 2 sets before you move on to the next one. Okay, or you can go straight on. The third set then, we're going to start with a lower body exercise. We're combining 2 exercises in one here. Okay, I just want to turn my chair around. Alright, again, fingertips in the back of the chair. We're going to do a lat raise. Okay, so a lat leg raise is when you lift the foot up about a foot off the ground, pointing the toe at the wall, and then back down again. Working the hips, the glutes, and the abductors. So you want to come for about 5 of those and then change to the other side. Keep the toe pointing towards the wall, and I'll show you that again facing the other way. Okay? You're going to do 5 on your right, 5 on your left, and then you're going to alternate on the back. So you're going to bring a reverse leg raise. So heels coming up towards the ceiling. Again, only so about a foot off the ground. Try not to lean over too much on this one. Use the back of the chair for balance. 5 on each leg, coming back up. And you're predominantly working the hamstrings at the back of the leg and the glutes, coming up and down. I'll show you both those exercises facing the other way. Okay? So toe points towards the wall, or points away from you, sorry. Up and down, 3, 2, 1, and then change over, 5, 4, nice and slow and controlled, and 1 more. Good, and then the lateral reverse leg raise, sorry, coming up and down. Okay? If you're seated, okay, we're just going to stick with the side step. Okay, so we're going to do our up tall, feet flat on the floor, and you can do this a couple of ways. You can step out with 1 foot out, touch the toe off the floor and come back in. Okay, that's going to be your replacement for your lateral leg raise. Okay, you can alternate 5 in each leg, or to make it a wee bit more challenging, you can come out with 2 feet out and back in. You can hold on to the side of the chair if you need to. Good. Now, we've also got a wee resistance band here. Some people might have these, okay? We can try to make this exercise a wee bit better with this, okay? But you don't have to have this, okay? You don't have to do this, alright? You can just use the ones we've just shown you. So if you're doing a lateral leg raise, okay, you're going to put the band underneath your thighs and crisscross, okay? And what you're going to do is get a wee bit of tension on the band, and we're just going to step out 1 at a time, okay? Puts a wee bit of resistance on the legs. You do 5 in each leg. Again, the harder you pull it, the harder it's going to be, the more resistance. Or you can do both again, and that makes it a wee bit more difficult, okay, a wee bit more challenging. Out and back in, okay? So they're a good wee piece of equipment if you have them, but it's not necessary if you don't. Okay? So that's our lower body exercise. Okay? Our cardio then for this one, just move this chair back a wee bit. It's a bit of boxing, okay? Like we did in the warm-up. 1 foot in front of the other, knees soft, punching out in front. Again, you're going to keep that rhythm going for the length of time you're working. Might be 40 seconds, could be 50 seconds, could be 20 seconds, whatever suits you. Punching out and back in. Again, if we're seated, exact same thing, up tall, punch, out in front. Keep that going. Good. Okay, that's our wee bit of cardio. Alright. Now, on to our upper body exercise of this third set. Again, we've got our cans of food again. We're going to do our bicep curls. So working the forearms and the biceps. So what we're going to do is to hold the cans, palm facing away from you, elbows tucked into the side of the torso, and we're coming up and down. Okay? Nice and slow and controlled. Alright, you can do one up, alternate, or you can do both of them up. Good. Now, seated is the exact same thing, coming up and down, feet flat on the floor, up nice and tall, elbows tucked into the side of the torso, hands come up and down. Good. And our last exercise, focusing predominantly on the core. For this one, we're going to do a wee wood chop. Okay, an exercise called the wood chop. So we're going to have our cans of food in our hand. We're going to slightly bend the knees. We're going to bring the hands across to the outside of the leg, and then we're going to bring them up to the outside of the torso. So we're coming up and down. As we come down, we're bending the knees a wee bit. As we come up, straighten the legs. Coming up and down. Maybe try 10 on one side, and then 10 on the other. So we're adding a wee twist in. So we're twisting the torso slightly, and then extending up by 10 each side. That's our wood chop, okay? Very similar on the seat. Reach down to the outside of the legs, come up and across. And we're trying to get a wee twist in with the body. Doesn't have to be a big one, working the core muscles a wee bit as we twist and reach up. Again, do 5 or 10 on each side. Come up and down, up and down. Good. And relax. Okay, folks, so there are 3 sets of exercises, okay? Depending on your fitness level and your ability level, you can do them seated or standing. You can choose what time you want to do. So I recommend maybe starting for 40 seconds if you can, okay? And then tailoring it off, you can go more or less, whatever suits you. So working on 40 seconds with a wee bit of a rest. So the first set then, we have our squats. We have, what was next? Our march for a wee bit of cardio. We have our frontal and lateral raise, okay? And then we have our seated sit-ups as well, okay? So do those 4. If you want, you can do them one after each other without any rest, or you can break for as long as you need between them. You can do that set again before you move on to the second set, or just go straight to the second one. We recap on the second set. We've got our calf raises up and down, okay, for our lower body. We've got a modified star jump for a wee bit of cardio. Our wall press then for the upper body, okay? And then our side bends for the core, working the side of the torsos. And for the last one then, the third set, we have our lateral leg raise, okay? And our reverse leg raise, all right? 5 in each of those, each leg. Moving on to our punches out and in front for a wee bit of cardio, as fast or as slow as you like. Just try and keep those arms moving, and if you need a break, take a break. Upper body strengthening then is the bicep curls. And then the very last one, in the chair or off the chair, is our wood chop for a wee bit of core. Adding a wee twist into that one, getting the core going a wee bit, using those cans of food for a wee bit of resistance each side. So come to the outside of the knees and up. And that's it, folks. So you can do that 2 or 3 times a week, every day, whatever suits you, working to your fitness level and your ability level. Well done, guys. Any questions, don't be afraid to shout back to us. I hope you all keep safe and well, and we'll see you again soon.